Are you on a journaling journey? Me too. If so, watch this video. Here are 7 journal prompts to get you started on your journey. Let's do this again. Happy Sunday. It's your girl, Sunnyinthe6, and I am back with another episode of the Sunnyinthe6 podcast. And on today's episode, we're going to be talking about journaling. Transparency here. This is the second time I'm going to be recording this episode because your girl was sick and I was a hot mess, okay? I recorded this episode last week and I was still coming off of having strep throat. Definitely was better, but definitely still sick. And I don't know, my brain just wasn't working. First of all, I was stuffy to the max, couldn't breathe, couldn't talk, couldn't do anything. So that was one reason I was like, I need to re-record this episode. Second reason was someone forgot to make sure that the mic was on and connected to the recording. So all you hear is pretty much me talking into my computer, which is a piece of crap. So no, not my computer's a piece of crap, but it didn't sound good. And I do like to have quality sound for you guys because I want to make sure that I'm putting out the best content. So scratch that. Had to re-record. And honestly, I'm not so upset about it. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not stressed. I'm not freaking out. At first, I was like, this podcast. I was like, you know what? It's a sign. The devil really be trying to take you down when you're trying to build yourself up. But we're not letting that happen. And we're re-recording the episode. It's 7 a.m. on Saturday. My episode comes out on Sunday. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I have work at 11 a.m. this morning, but I said, listen, no excuses. Okay? You need to get your shit together. You need to get it together, Sunny. Okay? So here we are, re-recording the episode. And if you are interested in journaling for your mental health, for your goals, then stick around because I have 7 journal prompts on how you can get started in journaling. If you're a beginner, even if you already journal all the time and you just need some new ideas about what to write, I'm your girl. Stick around and we'll get to those 7 journal prompts. So I'll let you guys know this is my True Faith journal. It's a journal that my sister made for me when I was pregnant with my daughter, True Faith. And this journal means a lot to me because this has some memories in here that probably I wouldn't be able to remember if I didn't write them down. Which is a great thing about journaling. It's like pretty much connecting with your inner self and your inner feelings, which I feel like in the hustle and bustle of life, we all forget to do, right? We're kind of just on go mode all the time, and we don't really take a moment to stop and think about how we're feeling. About how we're feeling. Do you know what I mean? Oh, my sister made this for me. I was very grateful because when I was dealing with my pregnancy, I was very emotional, very anxious about what was to come. So the journal really helped me put my thoughts and my pen to paper and be able to break down how I was feeling. And that's the best thing about journaling, right? So this is my journal. Journal doesn't need to be fancy. It's literally just a book with pages that you can write in. You can use your computer. You can use your tablet. I know Gen Z is a little bit more tech savvy. So like pull out your iPad, open up your notes. That's your journal. Like it doesn't need to be fancy. It doesn't need to be a $30 journal. Literally just a book with pages that you can write in. Okay. I want to start the episode off with some affirmations that can help you manifest the energy to write in your journal. So, the first affirmation that I want to say is I am the author of my journey, and with each word I write, I'm shaping my narrative. I love this affirmation because it just reminds you that you are writing this story called life. This life is about you. So, the more you write, the more you control how your life is going. The second affirmation that I have here um, is just every page of my journal is a canvas for self expression and reflection and growth. That's how you have to look at it. Each page is like a new canvas. You let out what you're feeling, how you want to grow. And then when you look back at it, it reminds you, like, oh, I did want to do that. Let's get on it. With each stroke of my pen, I'm nurturing my mind, body, and soul. With each stroke of my pen, I'm nurturing my mind, body, and soul. Journaling doesn't need to be daunting. It should be something that is affirming, something that is weightlifting. If you have a lot on your mind, put that in your journal, get it out there. So, like, just remember your journal's for you, okay? You're exploring your thoughts, you're exploring your journey, and it's not really for anyone else. 4 affirmations that kind of can start you on this journey. And even if you just got a journal, write these down. Write them in your journal at the very beginning. So whenever you open your journal to start writing, it reminds you that this is my space. This is for me. It's not for anyone else, and nobody else even really matters, okay? When it comes to journaling. If you want to talk about someone in your journal, you talk about that person. Okay, so essentially, what is journaling? Journaling is pretty much something that you do. You write, or you can put on your, like I said, you can put on your tablet, your iPad, anything like that. But you're writing down your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, just pretty much putting pen to paper. It's essentially like a conversation with your inner self, between your conscious and subconscious mind, where you take the thoughts that you're feeling in your head and the feeling in your heart and you put it to paper to kind of make sense of it all. I don't know about you, but sometimes when I'm feeling anxious and I don't know why, writing it down in my journal and breaking down the process of how I'm feeling can really help me break through that anxiety. So, journaling transcends just documenting your thoughts, right? It's really a transformative process because it's just between you and yourself. It gives you the moment to dig deep and kind of get out all the inner turmoil that's going on inside your heart and your mind. All about healing and growth, one page at a time. So there's so many benefits to journaling. Stress reduction, clarity, problem solving, goal setting, achievements. If you want to get creative, emotional healing and resilience, improved communication skills, mindfulness, and gratitude. These are all benefits of journaling, okay? And it doesn't need to be like a very difficult or a complex process. Literally, you need a book, you need a pen, you need a brain, you need a heart. That's all you need, really. And then you just get to it. There's so many benefits of journaling, and if you've been journaling and you find that it's been helpful for you, drop a comment down below and just let us know how journaling has helped you process different things that you've been going through. I started journaling when I was pregnant with my daughter, True Faith, and I had a lot of turmoil in my mind and my heart during that process. In my journal, it definitely outlines that. And I go back and forth with myself a lot. Something that if you do it in your head, you can kind of get carried away. You can end up in the dark. You know what I mean? So it's so amazing and so helpful to take that out of your head and put it on paper. And then you can look at it like an outside person looking in rather than living in it in your head. I don't know if that makes sense, but like that's how I feel um, journaling benefits for me. Anyway, last but not least, personal growth and development, right? Who doesn't want to grow as a person? Who doesn't want to elevate their mindset? And by putting it in your journal, you can see kind of where you start and where you grow to, right? And that's the goal, to grow, to build our mindset. Okay, so let's get into the prompts. Like I said, we have 7 journal prompts that are going to help. These journal prompts can be for new, if you just got your journal today and you need some help with thinking about what to write, these can be good for you. Also, if you've been journaling forever and sometimes you feel like you just get stuck, these are for you as well. So get your journals out, y'all. I'm going to get mine. And I want us to write down these 7 journal. Oh my gosh, so much in here. These 7 journal prompts, okay? And these are essentially going to just help you if you're ever feeling stagnant about what you want to write in your journal. If you don't know how to get your thoughts out, just go to your list of 7 journal prompts. And then you can get an idea of what to write that day. Okay? So the first journal prompt is going to be to describe experiences. Okay, so this one is pretty self-explanatory, really. So you are going to describe your experience. Let's say you went on a first date and it was so good and he was, girl, he did the dang thing. And you want to remember that. You need to go open up your journal and be like, all right, I'm gonna describe this experience so I never forget it. This is something that I did a lot when I was pregnant with True, is I described how I was feeling because I didn't understand it. This is a little bit different than the date suggestion I gave, but I'm just giving my example. I described how I was feeling because I didn't understand it. I didn't understand the feeling of grief combined with the feeling of love. I didn't understand feeling terrified that my daughter was possibly going to die, and also feeling joy that I was able to continue to carry her. So it was something that I was battling with. So I described that experience a lot in my journal. Let's not get too crybaby on this episode here. But describing experiences is a great journal prompt in order to remember those feelings and break them down. So, like I was saying, a little bit more on the upbeaty side. If you go on a first date and you want to remember that, like say you go on a first date with the man that is literally going to be your husband, and you want to remember that first date forever, you put that in your journal, girl. He picked you up. He opened the door for me. He had flowers. My butterflies in my stomach. It doesn't need to be second by second, but describe the experience that you want to recall. And that's the first journal prompt there. Second journal prompt is one that I love. This one is affirmations. So affirmations are positive statements that are aimed at challenging or overcoming self-limiting beliefs. Anything that you struggle with, you can reiterate that into an affirmation that can empower you to get over that. I am beautiful. I am strong. I am smart. I am strong. I am resilient. I am powerful. I am woman. I am man. Like, you know what I mean? Any affirmations um, that you can think of that are going to uplift you and diminish any self-limiting beliefs that you may have. Um, what was I going to say? Affirmations are so easy and so powerful. If you don't know what to write, open up a page and start writing everything that you are that you think you're not. Affirmations are so simple. Like, let's say I'll do one for me. One thing that I struggle with so much, and I'm really putting myself out there here, y'all, is my hair. Okay? I love my hair. Or, see, I love my hair. This is what I tell myself. I love my hair. But society really makes you think like that shit ain't good enough. Like, listen, this is so stupid, but I love my hair, okay? I just wish it was just better. But I tell myself, like this morning, I almost this close to re-recording this episode with my wig. Okay? And I told myself this morning, I put on a little bit of makeup, whatever, and I was like, girl, you're beautiful. You don't need a wig. Fuck that wig. I mean, if you want to wear the wig, but you don't need the wig to be beautiful, right? I have hair. My hair is curly, is beautiful, and I've struggled with this my whole life, is loving my hair and loving my natural state. Um, but it's something I'm working on. And this podcast is about growth, right? So I said, no, we're not putting the wig on. We're doing a natural hair podcast, and it's going to be perfectly fine. You're going to look adorable. You're going to look cute. You are beautiful. Your hair is beautiful, and you don't need a wig. And that's an affirmation that I write in my journal a lot. You are beautiful. I am beautiful. Affirmations should definitely be I am statements, because they're about you. So I am beautiful. I love my hair. I love my curls. Like, I am 30 some years old and I still have to tell myself, I love myself. I love my hair. I am beautiful, because society really be making you forget. And it's also a reminder for me to instill those same affirmations in my daughter, because realistically, I don't want her to be a 30 something year old still struggling to know that she loves herself, that she's beautiful, that her hair is beautiful, even though it's not long and flowy like, you know, the Little Mermaid. I'm joking. Her hair is pretty damn long, my daughter, but like, you know what I'm saying? You have to really focus on self-love, and your journal is the perfect place to do that. Okay. So the third journal prompt is gratitude. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Something that I try to focus on. I feel like in life, we can all get stuck on everything that we don't have. I don't have a car. I don't have a big house. I don't have money. Do not, people. You have to focus. Life is so short to focus on what you don't have. You need to focus on what you do have and appreciate that. For me, gratitude looks like I'm grateful for my daughter, True Faith, and I'm grateful for my children, Trinity and Tajon. I'm grateful to be their mother. I am grateful I have a house over my head. I might not have a Mercedes Benz, but I have a car, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I don't have to take the bus. I am grateful that I have food in my fridge. I am grateful that I have clean water to drink. Like, some people ain't got clean water. Be grateful for what you have. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. And if pick up your journal one day and you don't know what to write, start the page on the top with gratitude. And you write about what you're grateful for. And I feel like that just it's a reminder that you have so much to live for. So that's number 3, gratitude. Number 4 is, this one, number 4 is probably my least favorite, right? It's called critical self-analysis. Critical self-analysis. So critical self-analysis is when you essentially look into one's self. This is probably everyone's least favorite thing to do, but it's most important because it allows you to analyze your inner thoughts, your behaviors, your beliefs, and really break down who you are, right? And not just who you are, but why you are. You know, there's so many things that we do every day that we don't realize why we do them. And if you don't try to break them down, you'll never realize why. Let's say you're a yelly mom, okay? You're a yelly mom who just can't help it. Something pisses you off and stop it! You know what? I used to be a yelly mom. And I didn't know why until I started journaling. And I came to the conclusion that I honestly don't think, personally, I don't think that I'm a yelly mom anymore. I'm not a mother who believes in, people are gonna eat me up for this, but I don't believe in like hitting my children or I don't know what's the word, um, punishing them by hitting them. My brain's not working right now, but I don't believe in that. I don't hit my kids. Maybe, one little pop on the leg one time, but like it's not a form of discipline that I do. Okay. But I'm a yelly. I'm a yeller and I will yell. And when I started journaling about being a yelly mom, I started to remember when I was younger, and I had a yelly mom. I had a very yelly mom, and she wasn't one to discipline by hitting me. I didn't get that, but I did get a yelly mom. And I remember I remembered through when I was journaling. This is where I actually got these memories from about how it made me feel when I had a yelly mom. And it doesn't make you feel good when you're a child. It makes you feel scared. It makes you feel confused. Children don't know. Every time I talk about something, I feel like crying. Listen, Sunny, stop. Okay. Kids don't know what the fuck is going on. They're just children. Why am I crying? I'm sorry, y'all. My period's coming. Literally, I'm crying right now. Critical self-analysis. I don't know why I'm talking about this shit. Kids don't know what's going on, right? All they know is what you teach them. So, this is really hitting me in my chest because I'm kind of realizing this is not what this episode was supposed to be about. Kids don't know what's going on. They're innocent. So when they have a yelly mom, they just think that they're mad at them. They don't know, like, you're just frustrated, that you're just trying to get yourself regulated. I don't even know the words. But my point is, kids don't know. I'm crying. I feel like I'm mostly crying because I was the kid who didn't know. It's not my mom hated me. But she didn't. She just hated her fucking life. Like, it's fucked up. Anyways, just got stuck on critical analysis. See, this is why this is my least favorite one. But the kids don't know, right? I was a kid with a yelly mom. I just thought she hated me. She hated us. But she didn't. She loved us very much. And she just didn't know how to express that or express herself. It's okay. You leave that with your kids. But critical self-analysis in your journal is so important because it allows you to break down these thoughts, these processes, these things that you go through that you don't understand when you're going through it, right? You don't understand it when you're going through it. But when you really dig deep and look into yourself, you learn so much. That's number 4. Critical self-analysis. And it's so important because you really you get so much insight on who you are. And like I said, why you are. So because I had a yelly mom, I really looked into that, looked into myself and started to break down why I don't want to be a yelly mom for my daughter, why I want to be a, what are they calling it nowadays? Gentle parenting. And I be yelling, stop that shit. But I just want to be a calm, loving person for my daughter, and for my son. My son got a yelly mom. My daughter won't have a yelly mom. Because I'm growing. I'm learning. I'm healing my mindset to be a better person. I want to be a better person, and I know you do too. So you go get yourself a journal. You work on that critical self-analysis, okay? Number 5. Mining for anxiety. The 5th journal prompt is mining for anxiety. This one is also very important because we all have anxiety triggers that we might not even know are triggers, right? So we have to dig at that friggin' stone wall until we find that little ding, glisten of a trigger and really work through it. Anxiety is a big problem in today's society, especially with everything that's going on in the world. Literally, everybody has anxiety, but it's the certain things that trigger your anxiety that you have to pinpoint. What triggers that feeling for you? What is the trigger so you can eliminate it? I know some people are anxious about the world ending. Hold on, let me write this one down. Mining for anxiety. I know some people are anxious about the world ending. There's all these conspiracy theories and all that. And you know what's a big trigger for that? Watching the news. I wholeheartedly think that people shouldn't even watch the news. When they had that news ban, I was like, "What good?" Because news, honestly, I hate watching the news because all it does is make you scared. Oh, 17 people shot last night in Toronto. Next day, 17 more people shot last night in Toronto. That shit. No, thank you. I'm not interested in hearing about that. That's another important thing. Not just your triggers, but the patterns that you do that lead you to that anxiety. Sometimes when I'm anxious sometimes when I'm anxious or depressed, I'll just lay in bed all day. And some things that can make me anxious or depressed is scrolling on social media. Social media is also like the news, if you think about it. It's the news of today's society. The more you honestly, people don't realize every time you scroll on social media, you get that hit of dopamine. Mm. You swipe. And each time you get something different. Our brains should not be absorbing that much. Brain should not be absorbing that much information on social media at once. That's just my personal opinion. But the more we swipe, the more information that's going through our brain without us even realizing. Before we know it, we've been swiping for 3 hours. You start to feel like you're not good enough, like you're anxious, like you need to do more. The trigger is social media. You remove that, throw that away. Now you can focus on other things. Honestly, it's crazy for me to say because I'd be literally, this is like gonna be, this is my job, but like social media is effed. Okay? It's dumb. And I wish it was a little bit more controlled and structured. Training for anxiety is very important because um, it allows you to analyze those triggers and get ahead of them, if you know what I mean. Number 6, oh, write this down, is performance analysis. This one is a great one because it encourages you to reflect on your performance in a specific area of your life. So for performance analysis, it's best to like evaluate your strengths, your weaknesses, your successes, and your setbacks. The more you analyze yourself, the more you can see improvement. One example of this is like with fitness. I'll bring it back to fitness, but let's say you want to lose 10 inches off your waist. How are you going to know if you don't measure your waist to start, right? You have to track your performance. Like sometimes, this is another thing. When I was on my fitness journey in the beginning, the scale wouldn't move. That wouldn't move. Okay. And I was like, oh, I hate this. I'm doing so hard. That shit ain't moving. But you know what was moving? The inches. You know what was moving? Then when I took the photos, you could see that fat moving. It was going, right? So you just have to, the key point is to analyze your performance, analyze your strengths, analyze your weaknesses, and pinpoint them so you can grow, right? You have to know your starting point so you can track it again, track your progress and your goals, and you can also identify strategies to help with these, right? Last but not least, 7th journal prompt is just to go live. Don't stress it. You have something in your brain you want to write down, grab that journal and you go live. The best way to go live is to just imagine yourselves as a reporter. Something just happened, you want to get it out of your mind, you go to your journal and you go live and you describe that to a T. How you were feeling, your observations, emotions, surroundings, everything. And it's pretty self-explanatory, that one. You kind of just go for it. Don't think about it, just go for it. You just write, you know? And that will just be able to help you get these things out. Journaling is ultimately a transformative experience. It's so much more than just writing. You can do so much, and you're doing it for you, okay? That's the key thing to remember. Journaling is about you. It's not about anyone else. If someone wants to read your journal and get their feelings hurt, okay, your fault. Shouldn't have done that. But journaling is about you, okay? So, thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in. I hope that this episode can help someone who is on a journaling journey. If you're on a journaling journey, these are 7 journal prompts that will help you in the process to get your thoughts on that paper. Anyways, Thank you guys so much. I can't believe I had to record this episode twice, but I'm honestly so happy that I did. I feel like this time it was 10 times better than the first time, and it will probably be 100 times easier to edit. And I am just thankful for the universe, or I'm just thankful to the universe to allow me to have this podcast. Oh, yes, I forgot. I've been thinking about changing the name of the podcast, you guys. So I want to change the name of the podcast to the Get It Together podcast. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. I've been doing a lot of research on how to get noticed more. And I feel like the Sunny and the Six podcast name is just not doing the podcast justice. It's not very clickable. So let me know what you think. The Get It Together podcast with Sunny and the Six. I'm your host, Sunnyinthe6. Thank you so much for tuning into my frequency this week, guys. Get you a journal and let's use these journaling prompts to get you started on your journaling journey. Thank you so much. Until next week. Bye.